it's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? Let's get back into the routine of showcasing some of the obscure, uncommon units. For this one, it is going to be the Super Intelligence Bulma unit that you can pull from the World Tournament ticket summons. In order to get her awakened, you do have to go through the Rabbit Mob story event and collect the medals. But this unit is actually pretty decent for certain events. Battle Road for the Peppy Gal stage, I could definitely see her coming in clutch occasionally with the passive skill and whatnot. We'll talk about that here in a second. But for this showcase and video itself, it's going to be just going through Boss Rush and going through a variety of different types of units. So, as always, let's go ahead and cover the stats and then we'll go from there. So again, this is the Super Intelligence Youth Bulma. Leader skills, all types, Ki +2. Super attack will cause extreme damage with a rare chance to stun the enemy. The rare chance is an equivalent of 20% to stun the enemy for 2 turns, and then for the passive skill, it's a medium chance of Ki +2 for all allies, and also stunning all enemies. Now, in the detailed description, this equates to a 25% chance of Ki +2 for allies, and then stunning all enemies for 1 turn. So again, with that in mind, I could definitely see some value in using this unit in the Super Battle Road Peppy Gal stage, and in consideration of other types of events. In terms of links, okay links overall, not the greatest. Money is +1 Ki. Rival duos 10% to attack the enemy's defense minus 15%. Brainiacs is attack and defense increase of 10%. Incredible Adventure is Ki +2. Guidance of the Dragon Balls is 20% to attack, and Scientist is +2 Ki. 4 categories: Peppy Gals, Dragon Ball Seekers, Youth, and Dragon Ball Saga. So you are seeing this unit showcased on the Dragon Ball Saga category with the Kid Goku leaders. At 100% potential, stats are 11,886 for HP, 9,022 for attack and defense of 7,400. 12 Ki Multiplier is actually okay at 140%. So again, the biggest value with this unit is, again, the rare chance to stun the enemy with the super attack, and then the ability for the medium chance to stun all enemies. That's equivalent of stunning them for 1 turn. So again, this could definitely pose some benefit and value in terms of, I keep bringing this up, but specifically, the Peppy Gal stage on Super Battle Road. Now, I don't know, like, in terms of potential, hidden potentials, you probably want to completely not even consider criticals. I think this is mainly a full support type unit, so you probably want to go with a combination of additional attack and evasion levels. So that's probably the recommendation in terms of the potential level skill sets. But other than that, she does have some decent links. That's why she's being ran on the Dragon Ball Saga, is because, of course, Guidance of the Dragon Balls is 20% to attack. Incredible Adventure is +2 Ki. A lot of the units within that category do have those skill sets. Of course, you have other units that could potentially have rival duo, Brainiacs, and whatnot. So that's also a decent enough link set to where you should be able to find some linking buddies for that. The Burai unit is pretty good support as well. Of course, the 40% to attack and defense for allies. Burai is also pretty nice because she has the ability to evade attacks, and that percentage increases based on the amount of Peppy Gals units on the team itself. And of course, the LRB pen units on there, when the active skill is set off, definitely a 33% can help. So that's pretty much the format here. The bottom line is I wouldn't expect too much in damage from the Bulma unit, but honestly, from what I've seen so far, she's actually doing okay. Attack stats, on average, with a good rotation with support, you're looking at about 400,000 in the attack stats itself. Damage output is obviously less depending on the enemy, but again, the bottom line is she's pretty much the sole reason of potentially including her on any team builds is simply the stun factor. That's pretty much the only reason you would even consider running a team with her included. So Again, the criticals with the potential levels, I wouldn't really focus too much on that. I don't, if you want to put level 3 toward it, that's fine, but I really don't think it's even necessary. You're really looking to take advantage of the additional attack for the super attack with the rare chance to stun, and then evasion levels to minimize damage taken or received, and then trying to maximize that 25% to stun the enemy fields. Now 25% at the end of the day, it's a quarter chance, so it's kind of low. It'd be nice if it was a little bit higher, but for this type of unit, how obsolete or obscure this unit is, that's a good enough percentage, I do like the card art because it is a throwback. Both the original SR version as well as the SSR version both have some pretty nice card art. Again, it's a throwback to the Dragon Ball Saga with the manga and anime. Monster Carrot's a funny ass character, and definitely a good throwback type of unit. So, eventually over time, like JP recently got the Android 8 and Cyborg Tau unit. So, I do enjoy seeing those types of throwback units included in the game. So hopefully we do have some more coming up, in the future of Dokkan Battle. It definitely adds more flavor. That's the biggest thing. Alright, so she will have type advantage against Tech Vegito Blue here, so decent numbers. I think 359,000 with the crit. I think that's more than enough for this type of unit. I think honestly that's more than acceptable, you know what I mean? That's actually somewhat impressive considering what this unit actually is. So even though the Pan unit does provide increase to attack based on the super attack, she does not link with the Bulma unit. So of course, in order to maintain good links, that's kind of like why Pan is not pretty much linked up with the Bulma unit. Pretty much in the off rotation slot in the third slot. LR Goku and Arale, obviously very good units for free to play especially, and of course they link up with the Bulma unit as well because of the guidance of the Dragon Balls and incredible adventure link skill. Alright, so Goku Black is a pretty weak type of enemy, so she should be able to put out some decent numbers. We'll see what number, 766,000. That's probably, without a critical, that's probably the highest you'll see throughout the video. That's actually pretty decent. And then in terms of, damage received, she doesn't have really any mitigation toward damage, so unless you bring in some good allies, like the Bra unit, you are going to be taking some pretty decent damage with this unit. So again, I might test this unit out on a proper setting like Super Battle Road and see how effective her passive skill actually is. More than likely it's going to be on the Peppy Gal stage. I think if anybody's even considering running this unit on a team, it's probably going to be on Peppy Gal's. For those that might be potentially struggling to beat that event or stage. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, later on when I get some free time. So of course, 169,000 in damage output against a decent enemy. That's probably standard what you would expect out of this unit. It's going to be even less without any support, so just keep that in mind. Without support, it's going to be very minimal. You'd probably be lucky to hit maybe 100k, 110k. With that in mind, that's why I keep saying instead of focusing on criticals, you want to take advantage of her skill sets. Mainly her ability to stun enemies. So that's why additional attacks and evasion levels are much more important than criticals. Honestly, like I said before, you don't even need any levels toward criticals, honestly, in my opinion. Now, if you want to put level 3 toward that, that's probably fine, but me personally, I'd probably just go with a combination of additional attack and evasion, maybe a little bit heavier on the evasion side, just to be able to avoid attacks as much as possible. But at the same time, if you do have the right rotations with some good support, you know, she's able to put out some decent damage, so that could definitely add value in terms of attempting to clear some more difficult stages like the Super Battle Road setting. So ultimately, it is up to you how you want to build the team, how you want to build up each of the units. So again, this is only my recommendation. Just consider that and you know, basically build your team however way you want it. So we got some pretty good you know, support here with the 40% from Bra and then the 33% from LRB Pan. So about 103,000 with the attack stats before the SA. Obviously, it's going to increase a little bit, probably a little bit over 400,000 is probably my guess. But it is a Dokkan mode, so we'll see how it is. I mean, it is a type disadvantage setting, so unless a critical is activated, it's going to be a pretty low number. But yeah, I mean, this is the showcase for the 100% potential intelligence Bulma unit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I may do another one on the Super Battle Road setting, so definitely be on the lookout if I do end up doing that. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.